Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the drive down preview. Normally I'm driving, but because I've just finished work, I've just walked up from St James's Park up to my car, and it's a short journey. It's only a 2 hour drive. It's the shortest journey that I've done, quite by, I wouldn't say considerable distance. I've done Manchester in just over 2 hours. However, I'm going to be home by about midnight. Obviously, after the game, I'll be doing the editing inside the car for about an hour, but I'll be home pretty much at midnight, which is like a rarity for a nighttime game, anyways. And so Newcastle United then, and it's going to be a lot of changes, isn't it? We know it's FA Cup. I love the FA Cup coming around because it's a nice distraction, and this is the week that I've been waiting for quite a while because we're in 3 cup competitions inside a week. We've got the FA Cup the day, we've got the League Cup on Tuesday, which I think is a bigger game. And then we've got Fulham in the Premier League. So 3 cup competitions, and it's January. Mind's blown. But I am expecting Eddie Howe to rotate the day. As I mentioned, Nick Pope, family shit. I'm probably not going to be involved, especially Nick Pope. So we will see a change in goal. It'll be interesting who gets the nod, if it's Dubravka, Karius, or Darlow. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Then you're looking at the side, thinking the likes of Chris Wood will probably start. There is some rumours getting run on Twitter about Alan saint-maximin. Has he had a falling out with Eddie Howe? Look, it's for another video, and I'm not going to do a video about clicks and stuff like that about Alan saint-maximin because I don't think that's necessarily true. But I expect him to start. Elliot Anderson to be given a run out today as well, and like the captain Jamal Lascelles expect him to come in. Maybe Jamal Lewis, and even Javier Manquillo to some expense. Matt Ritchie could be given a role in midfield. Jacob Murphy. So I do expect a lot of changes today. But if you ask me, I say the biggest game this week, and I'll even say I think it's bigger than Fulham, is I think Leicester City and the League Cup. I think that's where all the big guns will come back in, the likes of Bruno and Callum Wilson, etc., etc. Because if we win that game on Tuesday night, Newcastle United are in a semi-final, and we could potentially avoid the 2 Manchester clubs in the semi-final. That would be wonderful if that was to happen, because it is a realistic chance that Newcastle could avoid them, and that would be great because I don't fancy City over 2 legs. Manchester United maybe, but definitely the other teams involved 100%, because the confidence is there with Newcastle United. So that's the bigger game for me. The big lads, big boys will come back in to play on Tuesday. But yeah, Hillsborough. The first time actually I've got to Hillsborough, I didn't go doing in the championship when we got beat 2-1. Remember John Joe Shelby hit the woodwork from halfway line. So I didn't go doing that time. I didn't go down the previous championship either. Considering it's only 2 miles away. 2 miles away. 2 hours away. 2 miles. So it's only a 2 hour drive. So I'm looking forward to it. So I love these new grounds. Seeing these new lower, and I don't mean disrespectful, because I remember Sheffield Wednesday being in the Premier League with like Benito Carboni and Paolo Di Canio and Wim Jonk and everybody. I remember them, and obviously the famous 8-0 in Sir Bobby's first home game. Not exactly first game, it's his first home game. Because his first... Anyways, I'm going on a tangent, was a 1-0 away defeat at Chelsea. But anyways, back to the mat in hand. Sheffield Wednesday. Score predictions. I want to know what you think. Of course, as ever, will you be right? Because it's a difficult one, because I don't know what team they're going to put out. I would imagine Sheffield Wednesday will probably play a stronger side than what Newcastle could play a stronger, if that makes sense from their perspective. I think they'll go pretty strong, whereas Newcastle will rotate a lot, although Newcastle should still be beating Sheffield Wednesday. But, the high flying in League One, you expect them to get promoted. I think the second, I've seen it the last couple of days. I don't know if that's changed, so they're in confidence, but a club that big in Sheffield and Sheffield United should never be in that tier. Minimum championship upwards. Big stadium. Obviously, the stadium over the years, as we know, the Hillsborough disaster in the 80s forced a whole all-seater across England, and the stadium's gradually decreased capacity. I think it's about 34,000 at the minute, and there's about over 4,000 of us the night, which is great, and a lot of the tickets dropped really low, that's good, because a lot of away fans have been complaining that they can never get tickets. Well, this is an opportunity to grab yourself a ticket and get yourself to Sheffield Wednesday, so that's good. It's a sellout from us lot, wouldn't expect now else. So after the game, Johnny's doing there as well, forgot to mention that. So Johnny's doing there, he's went doing with his pal. He'll be jumping on a couple of videos with us later on the night. And then I'll be in the car park for about an hour and a bit. And then get the videos out, so there'll be the vlog as ever. Match reaction. the last word, and you've got this video. There's always a minimum of 4 videos on a match day with us. So there we go. If you can help us out by dropping a little like on this video, that'd be great. I'm going to start the engine, get Toon there, and let's hopefully when I speak to you later on the Nissan Johnny does, that will through in the next round and we don't have a cup upset or a replay on my hands, because the last thing we need is that. But anyways, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ta-da.